All right, you guys ready? Class.
Yes.
All right, so all these shiny happy faces. Wow, I am tired. These shiny happy faces. It is a 3-day week, right? 3 days. That's it. You have to struggle through 3 days. Survive these 3 days. You have a 4-day weekend. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
My fault. I didn't mean to just stare at you.
Anyway, all right, so 4.2 translations of graph, sine, and cosine functions. Now, translations is like King Julian. Do you know what King Julian does? He likes to move it. And so we are going to
I'm surprised about that.
move it. Anyway, come on.
That's a classic.
Anyway, all right. So what we're going to do is actually we're going to move it up and down, which is a vertical translation, or we're going to move it left and right, which is a horizontal translation. But if you think about it, it's a wave. It goes from negative infinity to positive infinity. So if I'm moving it, translating it left and right, that means I'm just moving the start of the wave.
Yes.
Okay? So that's all that this is going to do. All right, here is graph function, and now where it's going to be, I don't know if you guys remember algebra 3, algebra 4. It goes backwards. Diego, pay attention.
Yeah, I'm paying attention.
No, you just zoned out. I just saw like a full blank face right there.
My fault.
Okay, so it goes backwards. So minus is going to move you to the right. Okay, in the quantity, minus is going to move you to the right, where a positive, a plus, is going to move you to the left. You guys remember that?
Kinda.
When you're actually doing like vertex functions and stuff like that?
Yeah, dude, I hate it though. So let's keep going.
Yeah, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then you remember that?
Now, what?
I thought that was notes.
Oh, it is. Okay,
Okay, let's just pay attention.
thank you. So, sorry. So we are moving it left and right. Now, and from the next slide, this is referred to as a phase shift. And I'm going to have phase shift vocabulary up on the next slide for those people writing stuff down.
What?
Do you need something to write with?
Well, no, I got it. Like, I'm just writing stuff down. It distracts me. Like, I gotta be. thinking of
okay.
something.
You got to be, but you're not here.
Like
You're just like
Like
fully
I'll,
blank.
Like I'll write down when we do like examples and stuff.
Oh,
like
okay.
notes. Like I just because I can't write and pay attention at the same time. It's not.
Okay, all right, no worries. So I will circle the things that you need then. Would that be better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so all these, okay, left and right, is going to be called a phase shift. So a phase shift moves it which way?
Left and right.
Left and right. So phase shift moves it left and right. So if that's something I would write down, I would write that the phase shift moves it
Left and right.
left and right. Hey, so if I move something left and right, that would be referred to as a,
Phase shift.
hey, very good, a phase shift. All right, in the function, blah, 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 expression d minus x, which is inside the parentheses, is referred to as the argument. You only are going to need to know that because some of the questions will refer to as the argument. Just because the question, it's not something that's actually like super important. Just saying that, yeah. All right, we ready? Okay. Hey, no worries. That's why I asked.
Then he thinks he's you.
There we go.
He's giving me the side eye.
Now, please write this down. If you notice, Pacho method right here, I have everything listed, and this is what you're going to do. So, write down all these right here. So all my parts, this is all my parts. So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And I will explain that here in a moment after you get done writing it all down.
You have coffee, right? Line up. Need some.
What?
You have coffee?
I do. So wasn't someone supposed to bring me some more roast?
Bro, but it hasn't been reduced price yet. I don't want to buy it full price. It's like $20 full price.
I know. I'm just asking, just to remind.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Because I do have some left, but it's dark roast. So I'm more of a breakfast plan.
Oh, that's the breakfast.
Because you love coffee.
I don't want any roast.
Today's a child.
Okay.
You don't like coffee. He likes his chocolate milk.
I like my cream.
Yeah, he likes his vanilla bean cream cappuccino with caramel drizzle and caramel syrup. Extra of both.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, are we ready yet? Yes, what?
103 fourths, is that a 1? It's a 1.
Yes, 1. Sorry. I left my pen on the board. All right, you ready yet? No?
What was you weren't here on Friday, right? So like, what was it? Thursday where we had that block day? That was a crazy. We recorded the video on Thursday, right? If I recall correctly. That was a crazy video for Watch the Lord.
Why?
I'm just wondering. Is it uploaded already? I don't want to watch it.
I have no clue. I'm like, why is it?
Well, I remember one of these recent videos being really funny. I want to go watch it. That's it.
Maybe I always try to upload it like same day. So, all right, you guys ready yet?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
Shameless, man.
So starting off, step 1, amplitude. Amplitude on this problem is what? 1. Amplitude is the number in front of sine or cosine, right? It's also in front of tangent, cotangent, all those others. But in my case, it's going to be 1. So the number right here is 1. Period. 2 pi over b. What is the b?
In front of X.
What number's in front of the x?
1.
It's just 1, right?
So it'll be 2 pi.
Okay, so right here it's going to be 2 pi over 1, which is just
2 pi.
2 pi. Now, phase shift. PS is my phase shift. So I'm adding my phase shift there. So to get my phase shift, I got to figure out what that is. So what's this one doing here?
Going to the right, pi over 3, I guess.
Okay, so my phase shift, to get the phase shift, is going to be equal to negative, let me see, A, B, I think this one goes like D or C. So whatever this is, so negative, so it's the opposite of what we have right there. Because remember, it moves it opposite direction, right? Say yes.
Yes.
So if it moves it opposite direction, it is negative whatever this is right here. So since this one is a negative, two negatives is going to give me a,
Positive.
thank you, it's a positive. So it's going to be plus pi over 3. So my equation now, it's going to look like this. My expression that I have, it's going to be 0 times my period, which is 2 pi, and plus pi over 3. Oh wait, it's not 0. 1/4 times 2 pi plus pi over 3. 1/2 2 pi plus pi over 3. 3/4 times 2 pi plus pi over 3. And my last one is 1 times 2 pi plus pi over 3. Now, fractions are friends. They make life easier. So my first one's going to be pretty easy. 0 times 2 pi is 0 plus pi over 3. Very good, pi over 3. Now this next one. So remember, the 2 pi could be written as a fraction. It'd be 2 pi over 1, right? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it'd be 2 pi over 1. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to kind of leave it as over 4 for right now. So it's going to be 2 times 1 is going to be 2 pi, right? On top. Over 4 times 1, 4. Now plus pi over 3. Now to be able to add fractions together, they got to have common denominator. So in between 4 and 3, if you can't think of what a common denominator would be for them, you just multiply them together. And in this case, it is going to be multiplied together anyway. So it's going to be 12. So in this case here, I'm going to multiply the first one by, there you go, first one by 3 over 3. And this one I'm going to multiply by 4 over 4. But mathematically, I want you to think about that. What is 3 divided by 3? 1. What is 4 divided by 4? 1. So what I'm doing is I'm multiplying by the value of 1. If I multiply by the value 1, am I changing the value? Say no. I'm not going to change the value. Anything times 1 is itself. So I'm not going to change the value. I change the way it looks. That's what we're doing with this. We're changing the way it looks. And that's why I'm using 3 over 3 and 4 over 4. So by doing this, let's see, on the left side, it's going to be 3 times 2 pi is 6 pi. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus sign, right? That's my plus sign right there. And then 4 times pi is 4 pi over 3 times 4, 12. Now I can add those together. Because they have a common denominator and they both have pi. If one of them did not have pi, I would not be able to add those together. Because it would be 2 plus 3 pi or something like that. So they're not the same thing. You've got to try and treat pi as its own variable. Okay? Does that make sense or no? Nonsense? All right, good. So let's add those together. So 6 and 4 gives me 10. So I have 10 pi over 12. And I got to reduce my fraction. That will reduce by a factor of 2. 5, right? Over 6, right? So 5 pi over 6. Now, I want you people to try these next ones on your own. So hopefully it was a good refresher on multiplying these fractions together. So try these next ones right now.
What did you multiply by to get to 5 and 6?
I reduced. So 10 breaks down to 2 times 5, right?
Yeah.
And 12 breaks down to 2 times 6, doesn't it? And so since by factoring it out like this, what can the 2 and 2 on top and bottom do?
Cancel out.
Cancel. So that's why I was able to reduce it to be 5 over 6. All right, try the fractions, please. Kevin, you all right?
Yeah, just looking.
Okay. All right, let's see what we got. So, this next one's going to be 2 pi over 2 plus 3. I'm sorry, pi over 3. So, same thing, I'm going to multiply. It's going to be 6. So, this is going to be times 3 over 3. This one's times 2 over 2. It's going to give me 6.
6 over 6.
Yep, pi over 6 plus 2 pi
Over
oh,
6.
very good, which gives me a grand total of 8.
8 over 12.
8 over 6. Yeah, 8 pi over 6, and that will reduce to
2 pi over 3.
it's by a factor of 2.
4 pi
Four,
over
five.
3.
Yeah, 4 pi over 3. There we go.
Okay, that's what I calculated, like.
Yeah, 4 pi over 3. Next one is going to be same thing, so this is going to give me 6 pi over 4.
Well, what? You guys so random.
Where'd that come from?
I know, always. Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy
That
is
was
a name.
out of nowhere.
I
Jeff
know,
Hardy
right?
is a name that is like forever ingrained
Anyway,
in my head. This
okay. So, same thing, it's going to be 12 again. So, times 3 over 3 times 4 over 4. So, that's going to be 18 pi over 12 plus 4 pi over 12, 22 pi over 12, which reduces to 11 pi over 6. And this one's going to give me 2 pi over 1, right? Plus pi over 3. So this one, common denominator is 3. So 3 over 3. So it's going to give me 6 pi over 3 plus pi over 3, 7 pi over 3.
Okay, I got that. Well, hold on.
next to the 6 pi over 3 plus, what's that? 7?
6 pi over 3 plus pi over 3.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta like recalibrate my board again.
you're fine.
It looks kind of wonky.
Multiply both sides by 4.
Yeah.
How did you get the 6 pi?
How did I get 6 pi over 3? Right here. Isn't this 2 times 1?
No, on the 3 over 4.
3/4? How did I get 6 pi over 4? Okay, so right here, this is 2 pi over 1, right? Yeah. So multiply straight across. So 3 times 2 is 6, right? There's my 6 pi, and the 4 times 1 gives me the 4. We good? Okay, so now that we got those parts, let's go ahead and we're going to go to the plugin. But when I go to the plugin, I always go to the graph first. So I know it says make this, but don't do that. I hate that. So my method does not require it. So where is my 0 part?
In the middle. The
My-
difference.
The 0 part is, let me see, my 0 part came out to be what, pi over 3? Okay, so pi over 3 is going to be on the right-hand side, isn't it? So if 0's here, pi over 3 would be right here. Yes?
Yes.
Now, what is my last part?
7 pi over 3.
7 pi over 3. So right here at the end, I'm going to put 7 pi over 3.
Yes.
And to do my graph, I got my start, I got my end, so just go ahead and put the points in between. So I just keep splitting the difference. So after pi over 3 was
5 pi over 6.
5 pi over 6. After that was
4 pi over 3.
4 pi over 3. 4 pi over 3, right? And 11 pi over 6. Now, the next thing we did is amplitude, right? So right now the amplitude goes up to 1 and down to -1, right? Okay, goes up 1 and goes down -1 because the amplitude's 1, right? So since it's a wave, it goes up 1 and down 1 from where I'm starting at. So we're going to do the plug-in. So my plug-in is going to look like, so I have sine x minus pi over 3. Like that, right? Yes? So I'm going to go through and plug my stuff in. So sine, my x value is going to be pi over 3. Minus pi over 3. Now, do you have your unit circle up?
Yeah.
Yes. The unit circle is going to help you out here, right? Because this is where we take our finger out our nose and put it on our thing. I get it. You got a new piercing, but no, come on.
You had any piercing?
That was gross. Aram. I know he had an eye boogie, so he was like,
Like, you didn't even have to expose them like that.
Right.
I know, but he was like doing the rolling thing, where and then the flick afterwards. Oh,
That's
dude,
disgusting.
It didn't.
I know. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, so pi over 3 minus pi over 3.
0.
0, right? So on the unit circle, you put your finger at
0.
0. And we're looking for sine. Sine is which value?
Y.
Y.
The y value at 0 is,
0.
1. Or 0.
goes x and y.
Oh.
0.
Okay? So I know your y value is all the way on the right-hand side, right? All the way to the right-hand side. So your unit circle, so you pick up your finger, and it goes all the way to the right-hand side, all the way to the right, to the right, to the right. Yes. And where was sine at 0? That's where your y value is. There you go. Okay.
Okay.
So next one is going to be sine at 5 pi over 6 minus pi over 3. Now, I can kind of help you out here. If you're not very good at math, if I want this to be over 6, wouldn't I just double this, right? Wouldn't it be 2 pi over 6? That would be 2 pi over 6. So 5 pi over 6 minus 2 pi over 6. So they're common denominator now, right? They're both over 6. So 5 minus 2 is going to give me 3 over 6. What is 3 over 6? 1/2, right? 3 over 6 is 1/2. So that's pi over 2, right? Now, put your finger on pi over 2. And trace it all the way up. Sine is the y value. What is my y value there?
1.
There we go. Next one. Sine at 4 pi over 3 minus pi over 3. Do they have common denominator there?
Yes.
Okay, so now think about it. Since I already have common denominators, I don't have to worry about the bottom. Only worried about the top. So I have 4 pi's minus 1 pi. You have how many pi's? 3 pi over 3. 3 pi over 3 is going to give you just 1 pi, right? 3 over 3 is 1 pi. So now, go to your unit circle and put your finger on pi. All the way to the left. Okay, so pi, what is the y value at pi?
0.
Sine at 11 pi over 6 minus pi over 3. Again, the common denominator has got to be 6. So I'm going to double the pi over 3, right? So that's going to be 2 pi over 6. So with the common denominator of being 6, it would be 11 minus 2, isn't it? 9 pi over 6. Now, 9 over 6, you've got to reduce it by a factor of 3. 9 over 6 is going to give me 3 over 2. 9 over 6 is 3 over 2. That's why I want you guys trying to do this mathematically in your heads. Okay, it is good exercise to try and do this. So it's going to be 3 pi over 2 now. 3 pi over 2. So put your finger on 3 pi over 2. All the way down at the bottom. Right? 3 pi over 2.
-1.
-1. Very good. My last one is going to be sine at 7 pi over 3 minus pi over 3. Now my denominators are the same. Denominators are the same, so all I have to do is look at the top. 7 pi minus 1 pi is
6 pi.
6 pi, very good, right? 7 minus 1 is 6. Now 6 pi divided by 3. 2 pi, right? 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we're going to have 2 pi. So now on your circle, 2 pi. Put your finger on 2 pi. 2 pi is all the way to the right. 2 pi, all the way to the right. And what is the y value at there?
0.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my points here. So, when I used at pi over 3, my answer was 0. At 5 pi over 6, it was 1. At 4 pi over 3, my answer was 0. At 11 pi over 6, my answer was -1. And at 7 pi over 3, my answer was 0. There we go. And now we have a wonderful graph. And I know it seems like a lot of work, but step by step you will not get these wrong. Follow the single steps every time, step by step. 1 through, what, it's 6? 5? I think I said 5. 5 steps. Yep, 5 steps. It will not take you wrong. So I'm going to leave off there, and I'm going to let you guys actually try some of these. If you didn't finish the 4.1 homework, go ahead and finish that too. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You hit that notification button and support my channel. Yeah.